Lesson 8, uh, slope intercept method and graphing linear equations. This should be a refresher from geometry. This is a very important lesson. You will need this throughout the rest of Algebra 2 because we will expand on this foundation here. But let's jump right into it. Example 8.1 says graph 2x plus 3y equals 6. Well, if you remember, when we graph, we have to get it in the form of y equals mx plus b. We have to get it in that form. And the m is the slope, the b is your y-intercept, and those are the only two variables that we have to solve for in order to be able to graph the line. So we have our equation here. All we have to do is isolate the y. So in order to do that, I'm going to rewrite it here. In order to do that, all we got to do is subtract the 2x because we're trying to get y by itself. So 3y equals negative 2x plus 6. The reason I wrote the negative 2x first is because we have x before the y-intercept in the equation. So now that we get to this point, we got divide by 3. Divide everything by 3. The 3's cross out, so y is now by itself. But y equals negative 2/3 x plus 6 divided by 3, dose. So now we have our equation, and now we can graph it. We look at our y-intercept, that's our starting point. And from the y-intercept, we go on the y-axis up 2. And once we have that, we look at our slope, the number attached to the x, and it says negative 2/3. So therefore we go down 1, 2, and to the right 3. You can look at it that way, or this way. Either way, negative is on the 2 here, negative is on the 3 here. So we could go up 2 and to the left or negative 3. Whoops, swing and a miss. And there would be our line. And so that is how you graph the line. We'll look at one other example. This one's even easier. It already has it in slope intercept for us. We had to solve for the last one. And so it already has it in y equals mx plus b, but just to make sure we understand the concept, we find our y-intercept. It is negative 3, so we look on the y-axis. Where is negative 3? Start at the origin, 1, 2, 3. And then our slope is also negative 3. So we go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and to the right 1, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and to the left 1, and bada bing, bada boom. You got your line, and that's all that there is to lesson 8, slope intercept method.